Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. So I'm gonna start with a prayer. I'm gonna pull some subconscious cards, and then I'm gonna see what deck I'm led to. And I'm wearing my glasses because it's late and my eyes are tired. And so, yeah, because my eyes are tired, I decided to put on my glasses. So sometimes you got to give your eyes a break. For some people, it's they take off their glasses to give their eyes a break. I put on my glasses to give my eyes a break. So yeah, I'm wearing my glasses tonight. So bear with me. Alright, let's see. I'm picking up a masculine and a feminine energy. Both. It's interesting. Okay. Let's see. Right. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Mostly masculine though. Needing to address fear of success, subconscious fears or beliefs that hinder the pursuit of personal and professional achievements. Needing to address emotional repression, suppressing or denying emotions, hindering emotional well being and spiritual growth. Addressing spiritual awakening challenges, the difficulties and upheavals that can accompany a transformative spiritual awakening. Issues coming from trust deficiency, pervasive lack of trust in oneself, others, or the world, often resulting from past experiences of betrayal, abandonment, or trauma. Needing to heal a worthiness wound, feelings of inadequacy, unworthiness, or not feeling deserving of love, success, or happiness, often stemming from past experiences of rejection, criticism, or neglect. What else we got here? Needing to heal a loneliness wound, profound sense of isolation and disconnection from others, often accompanied by feelings of emptiness, sadness, or longing for meaningful connection and companionship. And then we had an additional card needing to address a creativity blockage, lack of inspiration or motivation to start or complete projects, feeling stuck or stagnant in creative endeavors. And with the subconscious cards, these can be past or present what this person needs to heal or has already healed. And this is a general reading, so it's like eating fish. Eat the meat, leave the bones. Please only take what resonates. So I'm being led to the graffiti deck, so let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I wasn't gonna do a reading today, but after running around all day and doing a bunch of errands and household stuff, I felt compelled to get on and do a reading. So here I am. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Spirit team, my angels and ancestors and guides. You are amazing. Right along with the Holy Spirit and the Most High God. Let's see. Ooh, that might be okay. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got. Solid foundations. Dirty little secret. Revenge plot. Oh boy. That's why I'm picking up a masculine and feminine energy. Digital detox. Financial strains. Instant family. Sinking feeling. Emotional roller coaster. On a mission. False promises. Copying. Emotional intelligence. Fallacy of perfection. Legal matters. Slow game. Hot and cold. Serendipitous. Abandoned. Influential connections. End of the road. And let me grab a couple more here. Sneaky plans. All right, so let me go ahead and get this reading started. So, I see now why I was picking up both a masculine and a feminine energy. A masculine and a feminine energy who are both karmic, a karmic masculine and a karmic feminine, decided it would be a brilliant ideal to get together and try to destroy the life of a divine feminine. This is people who quite literally thought they were going to build a solid foundation on the back of this divine feminine suffering. These are two people that really thought that this revenge plot that they had cooked up was going to work. I'm getting the sense that this karmic masculine might have been somebody that this divine feminine may have dated or was connected to energetically or spiritually in the past. Somewhere in there, I feel like this divine feminine cut ties with this karmic masculine. And in his anger, he got with this karmic feminine who I felt like was always in the picture. You know, this was somebody that honestly was always in the background with the serendipitous. This is somebody that I feel like they may have been having a affair with, or who they may have chose to be in a permanent relationship with over this divine feminine. These two got together and decided that they were gonna do a revenge plot. So these two really quite literally thought that, they were quite determined, and they were quite, on this mission to destroy this divine feminine's life. They're showing up in the energy as copying, because these two quite literally were mimicking and trying to energy harvest, as well as trying to is giving copycat. These both of these two, both the masculine and the feminine in this energy read, were both copying and showing up as copycats of this divine feminine. These two, however, are being currently exposed in the environment in the 3D. These two are actually going through spiritual and maybe even 3D legal matters right now, because everything that they try to create, everything that they try to do is falling disastrously apart, and they're under karmic debt, severe karmic debt, as well as divine judgment, because this divine feminine is, well, she's of the chosen. And people people in their plots really feel like, you know they're going to be successful building off of somebody else's suffering. This is this is so tragic that it's almost funny. So now these two are finding that they're at the end of the road. They have literally they have ran out of room for all of the antics and everything that they've been doing. These are two that have been doing the most. I mean the most, the absolute most. Oh my goodness. These two really thought that their sneaky little plans were going to remain hidden. They really thought that they were going to be successful. Like I said, they were on a mission, you know, and they were very adamant about it. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh because I like everything in me right now, like literally wants to crack up because these two, like, it is like, I keep seeing, I'm laughing because I keep seeing in my mind, it's like um, one of those old cartoons or something where it's like kind of like when you think of Wile Coyote and the Roadrunner, where Wile Coyote is always constantly trying to like set up these road traps and these things to try to stop the Roadrunner and destroy the Roadrunner, and how no matter how many plans and plots he comes up with, it just backfires disastrously. God literally just showed me the image of that in my head, where I just literally saw these two as Wile Coyote, and and the divine feminine is the road runner, and it's just like one like laughable disaster after another, where these two really, like I said, they were doing the most. These two, I feel like, got together because one, they're both profoundly broken and wounded. They both suffer with issues from worthiness and loneliness. So these two come through, the energy is very codependent, very their sense of self-worth is basically non-existent. These two both are emotionally repressed, and they're both nefariously toxic, so they have a lot of trust issues, even though they're the biggest betrayers of trust, is what I just heard. These two are really good at betraying other people's trust, yet they're the ones that are coming through the energy with trust issues. Oh, the irony. These two right now are having the sinking feeling because they're literally waiting on divine judgment to really take place. Like, I feel like divine judgment has started, but it hasn't even begun to get to the thick of, like, the thick of divine judgment has not even hit these two yet. And I'm like I said, it's not funny, but it is funny because I just keep seeing that image of somewhere in there, like something should have clicked in and told these two to stop, but they just kept going. They just kept going. And what I'm also getting, these two may even be married. I feel like there's children here. This is something that they really were trying to build a whole life off of the suffering of this divine feminine. These two really created a toxic instant family together. Yeah. Yeah, these two really, that's suffering. Their house is upside down. They're currently, if they're with these children, take that however it resonates, they're not being very good parents right now. I feel like the child in the situation is they maybe even be getting CPT C not CPT CP CPS child, and they may even have CPS and DCF, what the acronyms, depending on the state. They may even have that involved in their current family life, because these that's part of the legal issues that I'm picking up as well. These two are under investigation from Child Protective Services because they have not been very good parents. They've been very neglectful and the irony is most of their neglect comes from the fact that they've been so engaged in this revenge plot that they can't even be parents. These are two that are actually going through financial strain. They are literally on an emotional roller coaster because these two, they're like their emotions are so volatile, because like I said, these are people who are dealing with a lot of codependency, they're dealing with trauma, they're dealing with addictions, they're dealing with low self-worth. Like, it's you just stack it up and it just keeps coming, like in terms of all of the stuff that these two are literally suffering from or dealing with. every little dirty secret of theirs is being exposed. And it's because the Most High God is making sure that everything that they have done in the dark is being exposed to the light. These two are marching toward ego death, and it's happening one reveal at a time. I feel like every reveal that is being exposed in the 3D by the Most High God in the angelic team, the worse their ego death gets, you know, because these two really thought that, like I said, they really, you know, built a whole relationship off of this divine feminist energy. So it's coming through as false promises because nothing about this relationship was stable. Nothing about this relationship was ever meant to last because it was built off of hatred, revenge, lack of love, codependency, materialism, um, pettiness, bitterness, anger, like all of the negative fruits of the spirit. These two were literally trying to build a relationship off of this. Really, what I'm also getting is this divine feminine abandoned this past relationship with this karmic masculine because it was always hot and cold. You know, this karmic masculine was always playing the slow game because they were always engaged elsewhere. Elsewhere, this was somebody that was a prolific cheater. I don't think, I just get the sense that even with this karmic feminine, this masculine energy is a cheat. Like they're both cheaters, honestly. They both cheat on each other. And now they're sitting back, like I said, going through financial strains. They're in this, like I said, sinking feeling, and they're trying to understand how this divine feminine knew all of this was coming. Well, that emotional intelligence, that crown chakra, and an amazing spirit team is how she knew. And the most high, and this divine feminine serves the most high God, so that's how she knew. Ooh, boy. Now these two are finally ready to abandon their scheming and plotting because their life is a dumpster fire right now. These two, they're everything that they were trying to do, everything that they were trying to accomplish backfired. And it backfired because this divine feminine was perseverant. She played the slow game. No matter what these two were sending at her, this divine feminine just kept marching forward. And that was divinely orchestrated. Well, really, what I'm being told is this divine feminine was marching forward, doing the slow game, while God let these two karmic individuals set themselves up. That was on purpose. Oh boy. So now what I'm seeing is these two little perfect image of this perfect, instant family, this, you know, outward image that they had created of this perfect life, this perfect family, all of that's being revealed as a false. All of that's crumbling. Everything, like I said, everything is being exposed. Their sneaky plans, how they move and operate in the world, all of that's been exposed. These two are now sitting in isolation. They're now wondering what their future is going to look like because, like I said, family and friends are now not only aware of what these two were doing, but they're also abandoning them in droves. This is leaving both of these two in a codependent loneliness because, and then also now these two have turned on each other. They don't even want to be with each other because they have both are being basically the wool has been pulled back. Like I said, when I said the Most High God was revealing everything, God is also revealing the truth about each other to each of them. So the karmic masculine and the karmic feminine is now seeing the truth of each other. Family secrets are out. Their house is made out of glass. And these two were throwing rocks and hiding their hands, throwing stones and hiding their hands. And as the saying goes, one should not throw rocks when one lives in a glass house. Well, one of those rocks boomerang back and shattered their entire house. And now the truth is out. Yeah. So that's how it's showing up. Like I said, their backstage drama, all that was hidden, behind their little perfect, facade of this perfect family image, all of that is out in the open. And these two are embarrassed, they're humiliated, and their lives are falling apart because they decided that this revenge plot was going to be the thing that was going to, sail them off to the future of abundance and spiritual wealth and financial wealth and everything else that they thought they were going to capitalize off of. I feel like wherever this divine feminine is in this in this situation, she's very far removed from this energetically. I feel like this divine feminine is kind of like off on a detox, digital detox. I feel like she may not even be posting online. She may actually be in hermit mode. I feel like in not in a bad way, but she's in hermit mode in a good way because she is just kind of like she's getting ready for the next chapter of her life, spiritual retirement. The spiritual court has ruled in her favor. She has nothing to worry about. So she's quite literally, I'm here and getting ready to go on vacation. This is somebody that is now being seen as the influential person that she is. The star seed, the star child, the star energy, this empress. All deception, all false narratives, all untruths have been revealed, and everything has gone back to sender. And like I said, these two are sitting in the drama and the revenge and all of the plotting and everything that they created. These two quite literally ruined their lives trying to ruin somebody else's life. That is the booby trap and the karmic debt and the divine judgment that's trapped to revenge. Like every single thing carries an energetic like, okay, let me explain this because I feel like I have to explain this. Every type of emotion or thing that you put out in the world kind of has a good karma and a negative karma attached to it, depending on what. So if you're putting out love in the world, the good karma that's attached to love is you get love back, and you also build good karma because you're doing something from a place of love and a place from a purity. When you're coming from a place of like revenge and hatred, there is always a built-in karmic booby trap that's attached to these kind of energies. Revenge, particularly, one of the booby traps of revenge is it boomerangs back to you, and the things that you literally set out to try to revenge on somebody, you actually take part of your own self down with that revenge plot. Like that's part of the karmic booby trap. And these two basically now have taken down their own lives in their plot of revenge. You know, these two, have paid the price of fame. This is what they wanted to do for notoriety, for clout, for money, for abundance, for wealth. This is what they thought they, you know, was gonna propel them to fame, and only now it is costing them everything, including their reputations, their abundance, and maybe even their children. Because, like I said, these two are under investigation, not only in the spirit realm and the legal spiritual court system, but I feel like in the 3D court system, these two are also dealing with a lot of, legal issues. This divine feminine is moving forward because she has a divine counterpart coming in. And then these two in the past, they're actually showing up as counterparts too, toxic karmic counterparts. They mirrored each other. They're dealing with the exact same subconscious wounds. These two actually were karmic counterparts. Now here we are. Now these two want to apologize because honestly, they think it's going to get them out of their karmic debt. And I can tell you it's not. you know, God forgives us, people forgives us, but once you create a karmic debt, you have to pay that debt. Like even if you go and, change your life around, you're still spiritually legally bound to whatever karmic debt you created. That's why I tell people, like, nobody's exempt from karma. As a chosen one, if I go out and I do something awful to somebody right now, I have to pay that karmic debt. My connection to God does not, and my connection to Source does not get me out of paying karmic debt. So these people now want to come and apologize, but I mean, they weren't sorry when they were doing this. Like, it's a little late to say sorry because you did this with your whole heart. You did this with your whole chest. Like, these people were proud to take this revenge plot up. They're only wanting to apologize now because they're seeing how badly this and disastrously this backfired on them and boomerang back to their life, to the point that now their life is quite literally collapsing all around them. Everything that they felt like they worked for, and by work for I mean, plotted and stole and tried to steal from somebody else, it's all backfire. The rumor mills are talking. People are talking about them now. All the rumors and narratives and false things that they created about this divine feminine are being exposed, and now they're the ones being talked about. Everything that they set out to do to this divine feminine, all the narratives, all of the revenge plot, everything that they did was literally their own grave they dug. So they're now dealing with the exact same thing that they were trying to do to this divine feminine. They quite literally created their own worst nightmare. And see, this is the thing about this thing with like revenge plots or with people trying to do stuff like this. People set up what they feel like is your worst nightmare, but it's really their own worst nightmare. So what they did, when they thought they were isolating this divine feminine, when they thought they were creating this false narrative and these things that were gonna make this divine feminine not be in influential connections and people to see her in positive light, that's their greatest fear. That's not this divine feminine's greatest fear. That's another reason why this backfired, because this was not her greatest fear. It was their greatest fear that they was projecting onto this, trying to project onto this divine feminine. This divine feminine had no problem being in isolation. She's quite literally in isolation right now. She's in hybrid. She's in hermit mode. She's in yeah. She's off to herself right now. So being by herself is not a fear. That's their fear. These these two are now feeling abandoned by family and friends. They're now feeling loneliness. They're now feeling like their life is never going to be successful. This was all the stuff that they wanted for this divine feminine. They're now, afraid of the future. That's what they wanted for her. These two sexcapades, and I feel like there were many because, like I said, these two were cheating on each other. I'm getting these two were swinging and doing all kind of other, interesting sexual activities on the side, apart from each other and with each other. Yep. And take this however it resonates, because one or either one of these could have been dabbling with same sex. I mean, nothing wrong with you being attracted to the same sex. What's the problem that's wrong with it is when you're hiding in the closet. That's the only real problem that's being exposed. So take that if that resonates. But mostly I'm really getting to these, like I said, everything is out in the open. All their little perfect family facade. People know these two are hedonistic. They're the opposite of monogamous, you know. And now, like I said, their apathetic and cruel ways is backfired on them disastrously. People are seeing them as this. They know now that these two are capable of absolute cruelty and hatred and jealousy and bitterness. All of the other stuff of them pretending like they were, loving, emotionally, healthy people who had a great little family life. All, like I said, all that is exposed as false. Everything. Yep. But these two wouldn't stop. They were on, like I said, they were on a mission. And they thought that they really had this divine feminine cornered. They really thought that they were going to destroy her. And in their revenge plot, all they did was destroy themselves. And now um, the devil has come to collect because the karmic debt is due. So that is the message. Be blessed.